Good morning, students. Today we will study about two more phylum, Platyhelminthes and Aschelminthes. Before starting, we should know some very important characteristics and information. In our definition of kingdom Animalia, we have noticed that kingdom Animalia are multicellular organisms and eukaryotic. What is the meaning of that? That Animalia, the nucleus is well developed. At the same time, this particular cells has a lot of different cell organelles for different important functions of the cell. At the same time, we have also studied about the cell, organ, system, tissue, etc. Sequentially, it is cell, tissue, organ and system, and then organism. But the thing is that at the very early stage of origin of animals, tissue, organ, system was not there. We have already studied about porifera. Porifera are multicellular, but there is no relation and cooperation among the cells present in their body. Cnidaria, they also show the presence of tissue. That means porifera, they never show presence of tissue, but cnidarians, they show presence of tissue. Now, we will move to the next important phylum. Phylum Platyhelminthes. As I have already told that every name of phylum has a definite meaning. Platy means flat, helminth means worms. So Platyhelminthes means flat worm. Now, if we will see the characteristics of Platyhelminthes, most of them are living inside the body of host. That means they are parasitic in nature. They are dorsoventrally flattened. What is the meaning of dorsoventrally flattened? From upper and lower side, they are compressed, just like a paper. Their body usually thin and ribbon-like. Around the mouth, they have a sucker. Why sucker? To suck the food juice from the host. They usually leave different areas of the host, like small intestine, liver, etc. And from that area, they absorb the liquid food. They don't have any digestive system because they are taking ready-made food from the host. So, they no need to digest the food item. Moreover, you can easily understand that they all are anaerobic animals. That means they don't need free oxygen for their living, because the area they live in our body oxygen supply is not there. First time, in this animal, we will observe the presence of germ layer, ectoderm and endoderm. Detail about ectoderm and endoderm you will study in class 9. So, this is about platyhelminthes. Now we will see some examples of platyhelminthes. Now we will observe certain examples of platyhelminthes as well as aschelminthes. First, platyhelminthes. This is planaria. Planaria, elongated, you can understand dorsoventrally flat-end animal. Here, this is the picture of liver fluke, and this is the mouth opening where the sucker is present. They attach with the body with the help of sucker. This is tapeworm, elongated, dorsoventrally compressed, and tape-like or ribbon-like. That is why they are known as tapeworm or Tinea solium. This is the mouth opening. This is the end. Body is segmented. Mouth opening has sucker to hold the wall, inner wall of the body of host and suck the ready-made food item from the body. Phylum Aschelminthes or Nematoda. Helminth means we know worm, and asch means round. So they are roundworm. Just like platyhelminthes, they also have two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. Platyhelminthes, we have noticed, the body is dorsoventrally compressed, but aschelminthes, they are cylindrical and both end tapered. They are unsegmented animal. Many parasitic worms living in the human body, and they cause various diseases such as filariasis, and few they live in the small intestine and form ascariasis. Most of the aschelminthes or roundworm, they are parasitic in nature. They also have mouth opening or sucker, as well as around the mouth opening or sucker, they have hook-like structure. With the help of that hook, they attach themselves on the wall of intestine. At the same time, they penetrate the intestine and go to the different parts of the body. Sometimes, with the help of the hooks, they can enter in our body through the feet. If we go to any land or ground which is not at all clean, with bare feet. So if we are visiting any uncleaned areas, especially uncleaned field, we must not go with the bare feet, we must use shoe or sandal to prevent the entry of nematoda. Now we will see some example of it. Now we will observe some common example of Aschelminthes. In case of Aschelminthes, we will see, just like Platyhelminthes, most of them are parasitic. They live in the body of host, suck the ready-made food juice, and they are anaerobic. This is Leishmania donovani. This particular parasite or nematoda is the causative agent of Kala Ajar. Though present day the Kala Ajar cases is completely disappeared from our earth. This is example of hookworm. By the name only you can understand that a hook is present to attach with the intestinal wall. See the mouth of hookworm where a lot of hooks are there, and these hooks actually help them to attach with the inner wall of the small intestine, and the mouth responsible for absorption of ready-made food. Ascaris or roundworm, they usually stay in the body in a pair, one male, one female. They create the disease called ascariasis through the food it enters in our body. Thank you.